Hey guys, what's going on? Denny here with you. Today I got an '06 Nissan Xterra. Needed rear pads and rotors, which I've already done. They're done, and it needed front pads. I'm only going to show you the one wheel because the other side was exactly the same, except for the fact everything's rusted so bad it's unbelievable. And that side didn't even have these rubber boots on for the caliper. So I had to go get the rubber kit, and then this one here has a rubber sleeve in it, which I'll show you when I take it apart. And it wasn't even in the other side. It was gone. So I had to go get them. First of all, we'll take the wheel off, which is already done, which is a 21 millimeter. And then the two bolts for the caliper, this one and this one, which are 14s. There we go. There's one. These ain't the hard part. The hard part's getting the bracket off for the caliper. Oh, they are. And the wheel. Oh my God, whoever put this wheel on way over torqued it. My impact gun, which is 1,200 foot-pounds, didn't even want to take it off. I mean, it struggled. Set this up here. And now we got this bolt and this bolt, which is for the caliper bracket, which there's no way it's going to break them loose. They're on there because the other three were. So I'm going to break them loose with a breaker bar. Holy shoot. Oh, man. Afraid of these things snapping. They're on there so tight. I don't know who put this together last time, but they way over tightened everything. Oh, way over tightened everything. Alright. Let's get these out now. Take the bottom one out first. The only reason I say that, if you take the top one out and you take the bottom one out second, then the caliper's bracket's liable to slide down on you. This way you ain't got to worry about it. And this is, I don't even remember, 19 millimeter. There we go. That's off. I'll bring you up here on the bench here in a second. Let me clear some room here. Okay, bring these guys up here. Oh. Now, can you even see anything? No. Let's put you closer. How's that? There we go. I'm trying to adjust it. Get you all adjusted here. There we go. Now, these here are anti-rattle clips, and they're to keep the pads spread apart so they don't rattle, but of course these pads are golded in here, so they don't really matter. So let's put this down here. We're just going to use my stubby little hammer here. Nice for jobs like these. We're going to pound the pads out. There's one. They really weren't that bad. They were about half, but he said, seeing we were doing the back, do the front too. So I said, okay, we can do that. Alright, those are out. So we're going to put this in the vise, clamp it down, and we're going to get these clips off. Let me make sure you guys can see. These clips here, we're going to get them off. I wish this was a little taller so you guys could see better, but it is what it is. I don't have a taller one. So, just a little screwdriver and pry out on them, boom, they come right off. The pads come with new ones, so we could discard them. Now, see, these are pretty free. So they're not that bad. But we're going to change them. We got the boots. We're going to take them out, grease them with some Ultra Disc caliper lube, and then put it all back together. First things first, let's tilt this up so you guys can see what's going on. Unplug this. There we go. Now, can you see better? Oh, that light coming in is kind of blinding, but you can see. We'll do the top one. We're just going to spin it and pull. Okay, and this is the one that I was talking about. If you could see on here, this here is a rubber sleeve. And it was missing on the other side. Let me get my pick here. And we're going to take this out. Just get a pick up underneath it. These are pretty much wore out. They're bad. If I could stop shaking. There we go. Yeah, see? Boom. Slides right off. There it is. Alright, throw that in a pile. And then we're going to take a rag and clean all this old gunk off. Clean up these slider pins. Probably run it over the wire brush there. Let me do a quick run over the wire brush with it. It ain't plugged in. Darn it. There we go. There we go. Nice and clean. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a little Ultra Disc Brake caliper lube. This part's a little rough. Trying to get this new little sleeve over this. You're like, yeah, that ain't going to fit. But it will. It fits. We're just going to lube up just this bottom piece where it goes in. So we don't want it all lubed up, and then we won't be able to grip it and push. And there we go. Then we're just going to take this, get it on there at an angle, and work it. And turn. Push and turn. Push and turn. There it is. See? It's on there. Okay. Now, we are going to clean all the rust out around here, where that rubber boot slides over this. That rubber boot slides over this. We need to clean all that rust. Let me see if I can find something to set this on where you guys can get a better angle and light. I really don't have that. Right offhand. Let's see if we can sit you this side. That way that sun light ain't coming in and glaring, which is a good thing for right now, but now we're going to switch this, put it down this way, so you guys can see. Tomorrow, cold weather again. So, which in a way is good, in a way ain't. In a way is good for hunting, because the deer have ticks on them. My boy got one the other day, and we butchered it, and man, did it have ticks everywhere. It was polluted with ticks. So, unfortunately, but now it's getting colder. Hopefully, we won't have that problem. Okay, and all I'm going to use is a drill with a wire brush. And we're going to there we go. Nice and clean. Nice and clean. As you can tell, now what I'm going to do is spray some brake clean in there. Clean this all off. See if there's any... Because a lot of people will grease these and just keep greasing them and never take the old grease out. And then what will happen is you'll go to push the pin in and it'll only go in so far and it'll stop. Because that grease being in there, it needs to either push grease out or the air gets trapped in there and you got to push the air out. And in that case, what you have to do is just put a little pressure in and keep turning it. So keep turning it. And it'll go in. It takes a little bit. There we go. That's cleaned out. Nice and clean. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our caliper lube, find our bolt, and we are going to lube the whole bolt. Be nice and generous. Get that on there. Then we're going to slide our rubber boot on. Make sure it goes up over this lip. There's a little lip here. Then we're going to put it in there. And there it's stopping. And there it goes. And there we go. Nice and free. One side done. And a lot of people won't do this, but I do. The calipers, because if these pins stick, what'll happen is your caliper will not move back and forth, because when you hit the brakes, the back pad will grab and then the caliper will move to get the front pad so there's equal pressure on each side. And if these are froze, the caliper will not move, so only your back pad will grab. And your back pad will wear out, be down to the rivets, and your front pad will still be half or full because these are froze up. And I don't want somebody coming back in a month or 2 months to say, hey, my brakes are wore out already. So that's why I do this. Just a little protection for me. Takes a little longer, but in the end, I think it's well worth it. Clean this one off. Get all that gunk off of there. And this one's pretty smooth. There ain't nothing on it, so we're not going to run that one over the wire wheel. Dig in there. Ain't really nothing in there. Now we'll wire brush it. There we go. Nice and clean. It's all cleaned out. Okay. Put this rag in there and Get all the excess of brake clean out of there. Our screwdriver. Oh yeah, nice and clean. So let's lube up this one. Now this one won't have the rubber sleeve on it. Only one does. It's usually the top one. And this is by Permatex. It's Permatex Ultra Disc Brake Caliper Lube. It's expensive, but it's good stuff. It works well. Okay, I'm going to slide this up on till it clicks up over there. Boom. She's on there. I'm going to put it in. A lot of people will pack these with grease. And I understand their thinking. Because, yeah, grease will make it slippy, but the problem is, after a while, grease will harden. Once it gets so old, and it'll get real sticky. And then dust and dirt, if the boot rips, will get in there and it'll freeze it up. I don't like using grease, never did. There we go. Two of them, nice and free. That's done. Now, we're going to clean up these slots where the brakes sit in that little metal brackets. And this is just so there's no rust behind it. So when you put the clips in the pads, they slide in easy and nice and free. That's why I do this. Okay. Now we'll put this back over here, and I'm going to bring you guys so you guys can see. Let's bring ends back over here. Turn ends around the right way, huh? Might be able to see. Okay, move my bottle. There we go. Okay. Now, take one of these clips and we'll just push in. That one's in there. Take the next one. Push it in there. Okay. Now, we're going to take some caliper lube. We're going to lube these. So your brakes go in there, they should be able to move freely with no effort. Take this one that doesn't have a squealer on it and it goes in the back. You just put it on here. Put it on here, push down, and as you can tell, it moved freely. It went right through. And it did it again. There we go. Whoop, too far. There we go. There's one. Okay, and then this one goes on here. Just like this. If I wasn't so shaky today, I might be able to do it. Ha ha ha. Okay. This is normally pretty easy. I don't know what's going on with me today. There's that side. There's that side, and I pop this side back out. And there you go. That's how it should be. Goes on top of these springs. Then you just want it even. And then once it's on the car, man down. Oh, you all right? You guys all right? You okay? Nobody got hurt, I hope. Whew. Okay. There we go. Yeah, nice and even. You don't want it sticking out past the caliper bracket on each side. And once we put it on the car, then we can push them in. Then the tricky part comes. Trying to put the anti-rattle clips on and keep the pads from springing out while putting the caliper on all at the same time. Which I'll show you how to do that. Let me carry this over and then I'll be back to get you guys. Okay. Guys had a little bit of a fall there, huh? Yeah, that wasn't too good, was it? Okay. Okay. Now, let's make sure rotor's pushed in the whole ways. Well, first things first is we're going to put some anti-seize on these bolts for this caliper bracket. Some people argue you shouldn't do it. Other people say, yeah. I've always done it. Never once have I had anybody come back and say, well, my caliper bolts, bracket bolts work loose and my caliper fell off. Never have. So, we're going to lube this one up. And remember, your slide pins always go on the inside. Slide this over. Put this in. And get up here so we can see. That one started. Okay. Then we can push the pads in. Like that. Okay, now let's get the second one. Put a little anti-seize on it. These get torqued to 87 foot-pounds. I'm almost positive. I got to double check. But I'm pretty sure it's 87 foot-pounds. Get the second one in. And there we go. Of course, we're going to torque them when we're all done here. Now, can you guys still see? Let me bring these up some. Now I got to get the caliper compressed, and these are dual piston calipers. So you got to have the adapter. And I just do it nice and slow and easy. I don't want to do it real fast, because a lot of times if you do it real fast, it'll push the fluid out of the master cylinder. So I just do it nice and easy. You can buy this tool here to do this. I got this off of Amazon. I believe it was like $25. They're not expensive. Because I have the other kind that you can compress like a pistol, but it only does single piston ones. You can't do dual piston ones with it. Okay, there we go. Of course, we're going to check the master cylinder when we're done, make sure nothing leaked out. But here's the tool, and here's the adapter plate you need. It comes with the adapter plate. It actually comes with two of them for dual pistons. So, there you go. Now comes the fun part. We got to put these in these little holes on the end of the shoes, pads. And they go up like this, and then we got to hold them in place so they don't spring apart. And make sure you don't have a curly Q in your caliper hose. And slide it on, just like that. There we go. Where's the caliper bolts? There we go. And all them little springs do, like I said, is push out on the pad, so when you let off the brake and the caliper releases, that it doesn't rattle. That's all they're for. I mean, if you don't want to put them in, you don't have to, but then you might hear your brake pads rattling. And these get torqued to 27, I believe. Maybe it's 47, but I gotta go look up all the torque specs. And that's it, guys. Then put your wheel on, check your fluid, make sure none squirted out, and then pump your brakes till you get a full brake pedal, and you're done. But what I do, I never ever pump the brake pedal the whole ways to the floor, because then you do that, your ABS light will come on. So, and to avoid any problems, I just give it about half a pedal and just keep doing that until they pump out. But, I mean, pretty easy job. Pretty straightforward, easy job. So, I'm going to go look up these torque specs, get these torqued down, and get this back together. And thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And also got my second channel called Outside the Shop. Everything in life that I do that does not relate to the shop here. Ah, there we go. Someday I'm going to learn how to manage a camera. And that's what that channel's about. But I'm going to get this back together, get it out of here. The missus will be home soon and see what we're doing for supper. So, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. If you like this kind of trash, subscribe. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. I mean, me personally, I subscribe to all kind of trash, so, but that's just me. And remember, guys, if you don't do it right, it's not worth doing. Thanks for watching.